Hi guys, I thought I'd put this video together to answer maybe some of your questions before we meet up maybe. You're interested in maybe my one-to-one coaching or my online program. I think it's important to understand a little bit about me and where I'm coming from, and the kind of ideas I have as a coach that might fit you and might not fit you. So a little bit about me. I'm 50 this year, and I've got 3 young children. We homeschool our children. I train in the mornings. I get up nice and early in the morning, and I find my training is best for me in the morning. I have been helping people now for quite some time, and I believe there's certainly not one shoe that fits all. The most important thing for nutrition, when we think about nutrition, is we find something that works for you. We find something that works for you, and that it works for you as well, and you work for it. So let me explain. If I said to you, what kind of foods do you love eating? And you said, I love eating this, 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 and this. And unfortunately, that didn't really kind of work with your hormones, etc., etc., your DNA. Chances are it might be that we need to make some changes. But if I said to you, right, you've got to eat high fat, or you've got to eat high carb, or you've got to eat this, or da-da-da-da-da-da, that's pointless as well. I think it's finding out that what works for you. Finding out what works for you, that's sustainable, that's sociable, and that's easy. And above all, for me, I've got to love what I eat, so it's got to be really, really, really tasty. And if you can find something that you love eating, that it's good for you and it's nutritious and all that kind of stuff, and that takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of time and playing around with different ingredients, and it's not as easy as, okay, there's an app, there's a meal plan. It's not that. It's not right off the bat kind of thing. The actual current diet I'm on at the moment, I've been working on this for the last couple of months and tweaking it, and now I've got it to a point where I absolutely love everything I eat. It's really easy, it is sustainable, it's sociable, and like I say, I just love it. And if you think about training as well, the way I approach training at my age, at 50, and I've done a lot of bodybuilding competitions, natural bodybuilding shows, and at this age as well, the last thing I want to be doing is getting injuries. So I don't think that a PT needs to beast you, sorry, to the point of you not being able to walk. About 4 years ago, I was told that I had a major problem with my spine, and I had to have a spinal operation. Otherwise, I was going to be in pain for the rest of my life. So, when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, we had two young boys at the time. And the last thing I wanted to do was think about having an operation on my back. So I went away, I looked at my nutrition, I changed things around, I lost 70 pounds of body fat, so about 5 stone. I got myself back in shape, and I was still getting backaches, back problems, and what have you. And that took a couple of years to understand that I was actually avoiding some of the exercises that I should have been doing to promote strength in certain muscles, in my glutes, in my lower back, in my core muscles. So I was avoiding this because of thinking it's just going to make things worse. I went and saw a friend of mine who was a sports therapist, and I explained to him, this is what I've been told. I've been told that I'm always going to be in pain because I didn't have this operation, but this is what I feel. I'm avoiding these exercises because of this. Can you tell me what you think? To one look at me, and he said, Kenny, your glutes not firing, and he pointed to his chart and he said, that's where you're getting the pain. I was amazed, and what was amazing was, after a year or so, of working with these exercises that I was avoiding, and it took me a long time so it wasn't like, okay, I'm going to go in and really start hitting that from day one. No, it took me a long time. And now I haven't had a single backache in 4 months. 4 months, and this was after being told that I would be in pain for the rest of my life. Every single day I'd wake up, I couldn't walk properly, my back was killing me, it was terrible. Now, 4 years on, I'm in great shape, I feel great, but no backaches. And I understand the importance of working certain muscle groups and exercises, and avoiding some, but also taking our time over a certain kind of intensity levels, working stuff. One thing that I get back from my clients and the guys that I've worked with and now friends is this is actually pretty easy. The nutrition that we work on a day-to-day basis and the training we do together on a weekly basis, at the end of it, after like 4 months, 6 months or whatever, they're coming back and saying, this is easy. And I think that's how it should be. Your health is so important. It should be number one priority, but it shouldn't be, oh God, I've got to do that again. It should be that you enjoy it. Whatever that exercise is, and your food shouldn't be, God, I'm missing this. God, how long do I have to stick to this for? It should be, actually, what? I love everything. I'm not missing stuff. So if you love the food you eat, why would you be missing anything? So I wanted to put this over just to answer a few of your questions. I would suggest, if this is something that you've not really done before, to initially maybe try twice a week to get started with us, so we can train together a couple of times a week, locally in Worthing. I work from a gym hub in the Gilbourne Centre. And if you join the gym, it's like £20 a month, so it's like £5 a week. There's no contract at all. You can stop whenever you want. And if you're training with me there, you don't have to pay the £25 joining fee. But I would definitely say to start off with, a couple of times a week would be more beneficial to you, so that I can show you exactly what to do, and you can get the right kind of technique from the get-go. What you don't want to do is just be training once a month, once every couple of weeks, to the point where you're then going down on your own if you can, not enjoying it so much, developing some bad habits, maybe pulling a muscle every so often or whatever. That's not what we want. What we want to do is get you a solid foundation. And I would say a couple of times a week would be great to start off. Most of the guys I work with, they train over twice or 3 times a week with me. There's some guys who train once, but on the whole, the majority of people train a couple of times a week. For that, I charge £35 a session. So as long as you understand, this is what it is. It's £35 a session. And so if we're training a couple of times a week, that's going to work out at £70. Now I understand, obviously, you might find that's a little bit steep, but if you think about what we're going to be working on as well, this isn't just an hour of your time or that session of your time. I'm there for you on a daily basis. I'm there to help you improve your health to the point where you've never thought that you could improve it to that. So whatever you're thinking, we can achieve. And I'm there for you. I don't charge for the calls or the text messages or anything like that, or the weekly support or anything like that. But I do charge £35 a session. So as long as you understand that's what it's going to cost, and understand that you're going to get a lot of support for that. The one thing I get back a lot as well from clients is when we're training together, the conversations that we have. It's not just about me being a glorified kind of personal trainer and just counting your reps. We'll talk on a totally different kind of level once we get to know each other, and you'll be understanding things from the constant education that I go through on a day-to-day basis. And this is something that's so important. You know, like I said, I start my day trying to improve the education that I have so that I can help other people. So I hope this video has maybe answered a few of your questions. If you do have any more questions, feel free to fire them over to me, or maybe we can meet now you've got a little bit of background about me, and if this is something that you feel like you want to do. I hope you're having a happy, healthy day, and I look forward to meeting you in person.